The countdown is on to the start of the 2018 NHRA season as testing is right around the corner. Teams have been very busy, and soon enough the long grind of the season will begin with race number 1 out in Pomona, California. We got a couple guys from Kalitta Motorsports joining us tonight here on Sunday Sports Extra. Funny car driver J.R. Todd joining us here at Top Fuel. Richie Crampton as 2018 is right around the corner. Thanks for joining us here tonight, guys.
Thanks for having us.
J.R., we kind of talked as you were walking in here, the excitement level as now you're in this final month before the season starts. You feel it around the shop, you kind of feel it around all the guys that it's go time now?
It's been go time for me for about a month now. Once it started snowing and getting cold, I was over it and ready to get back on the track, and now I'm extremely over it. I'm counting down the days before we get on track there in Phoenix.
Richie, your story coming in at the tail end of the 17 season, getting a shot with this team, and now to get the full-time ride. How excited are you to be able to look at 2018 as a full picture now with this Top Fuel ride?
Yeah, it's great. You know, couldn't be happier to land a driving gig at Kalitta Motorsports, of course, in the DHL Kalitta Air Car. You know, 2018, it's a clean slate. Pretty excited to get going, and I know, you know, we're going to have all the tools we need to go and win some races and try and contend for a championship. So, pretty excited about this opportunity that I have and trying to make the most of it.
How important was it to kind of take what you guys did at the end of 17? You're building on that, as you said right now, to kind of take that and get some momentum going forward to the new season here.
Yeah, that was huge. You know, starting the 2017 season at Indy, you know, in our backyard and doing the last 7 races with Kalitta was good. You know, that definitely helped me moving forward into 2018, getting acclimated with the new team and the way we do things. So I think it's going to be cool to, you know, bounce everything off JR and our teammates like Sean Langdon and Doug Kalitta. We got a pretty solid group of drivers and crew chiefs and a lot of great teams within the organization. So very exciting.
JR, he mentions Indy. We talked to you at the start of Indy Week, having no idea that it was going to turn out as well as it did for you. To be able to get in the car that you did last year and to have the level of success that you guys had, how important is that momentum kind of as you start 18 now, to have multiple wins, to have an Indy win, and to be able to really kind of hit the ground running here?
For me, it's all about being more comfortable in the car. When I started out 2017, made the switch from Top Fuel to Funny Car, and just kind of a lot of anxious nerves, you know. I didn't know what to expect, and now I got a full season under my belt, just working on and improving as a driver myself, and it was nice to get those wins under my belt, especially the hometown race here in Indy. And yeah, I mean, we got all of our great sponsors back on board with DHL and Wix and the same crew basically, so now it's all about going out there and performing and getting wins and qualifying for that countdown to the championship and being there at the end of the year when it counts to make a run for that championship.
How hard is it when you get into February and start this thing to look at, you've got to look 7 months out just to get to the countdown and put yourself in a position for Indy and beyond? How hard is that big picture kind of week to week?
It's funny. For me, it seems like you get to Pomona and Phoenix, Gainesville, the first handful of races, like you're not counting points, but you really are. I mean, you want to go out there and gain as many qualifying points as you can, as many points on Sunday to you know, better off. The closer you are to the top 5, the better you're going to be at making that countdown to the championship. You don't want to put yourself in a hole like we did in 2017, starting at the bottom and trying to work your way out of that just because you're so far behind the leaders. So, yeah, it's hard not to think about, but you're definitely thinking about it as a driver every race.
We got a good look today at your DHL Kalitta Air look for 2018. Good to kind of have that settled in, and a great partnership continuing with DHL with the team there.
Yeah, heck yeah. That yellow and white paint job looks really cool, and you know, kind of get to match JR's DHL Nitro Funny Car. So very exciting for me to carry such big brands like that on a race car that I get to drive for Connie Kalitta. It's pretty cool, and yeah, when the images come out today of the final rendering on what it's going to look like this year, a lot of people have given it a really good response, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Looking forward to seeing that on track. J.R., you talked about making the transition from Top Fuel to Funny Car last year. As a driver, kind of explain to kind of just the basic race fan that the biggest difference, the biggest adjustment that you have to make from one car to the other.
I mean, going back to when I was 10 years old, all I've ever driven was a dragster type of car, starting in the junior dragster. So, you know, once you get to the Top Fuel car, it's a longer wheelbase, 300-inch wheelbase, and something that long, you kind of guide it down the track. You're not really steering it a whole lot. Whereas a Funny Car is basically, you know, half the length, the engine's in front of you, you got a body over top of you, you can't see as much, and they weigh a lot more than a dragster, and just you got to steer those things a lot more than you do a dragster. It just takes some getting used to, and it's more of a comfort thing again. I mean, you've spent the last 10 years driving a dragster, you can basically not do it with your eyes closed, but I mean, it's you know what to do. When certain situations happen or a funny car happens, it's like you kind of got to anticipate it and not wait for it to happen.
Okay.
And it took some getting used to, but I feel like I'm more ahead of the game now than I was last year starting out the season.
Good luck to you. Start racking up the points.
Thanks a lot.
J.R., Todd, Richie Crampton. Good luck, guys.
Here's a look at the NHRA calendar to start the new season. After the test, a couple weeks they'll be headed to Pomona, then back to Phoenix on February 25th. Gainesville, the only race on the March schedule. Las Vegas and Houston get things going in April. And, of course, all season, all eyes on Indianapolis. Labor Day weekend, the U.S. Nationals will wrap up on September 3rd.